everyone. And welcome to the Embrace It Community Podcast.
This is...
I'm your host, Bracy Goodwin.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining in tonight to the Embrace It Community Podcast. Appreciate you all joining in. And listen, I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. I really do. So what I'm going to do is, as we're getting ready to do this show, I'm going to set up a few things because I want to share some really good stuff about my mom on Mother's Day, if I possibly can. So thank you all for joining in tonight. Who has joined in on the show? I appreciate you. Sorry about that. I appreciate you every time. And every time I possibly can, I appreciate everyone that joins, and I appreciate you taking time out of your evening, taking time out of your busy schedule in life, because you could be doing a whole lot more than this. So thank you for joining in. And put a picture up in the background. I don't know if you all can see it. I got it showing there in the background. Mom and me. See if I can get out the way. That's me and my mom in the background there. So that was a Mother's Day service I went to be with my mom back in the day. And today being Mother's Day is it's a good day. I mean, it's a good day, but I wasn't having a good day. So today is a different kind of Sunday. So I just want to be transparent with you up front in the jump, okay? I almost didn't do this episode, not because I forgot, but because I felt it was heavy. It was really heavy right here. My mom transitioned back in 2023. And today I chose to stay home, go to church. I didn't want to sit in the sanctuary surrounded by people and their family members and celebrating their mothers when mine is no longer here. And I'm just being transparent. So some of you might judge that and you might say, what's wrong with you? And some of you might just understand it completely. But if you understand it, this episode is for you. But this episode is also for those of you who still have your mother, and you may not have called her in a few weeks. You may kept meaning to visit her, but life just been getting in the way and out of the way where you couldn't even do that. So this is for you as well. All right. So embrace it means we have to embrace all of it, right? The joy and the grief, the celebration and the tears. So let's go on in. Stay with me for the next 30 minutes and we're going to heal together. I want you to know that this is a healing process with you. I didn't mention in the beginning of the show, and I'll mention at the end all of my support that I do with everything like that. But like I said, this is a special episode. So I want to start right here with you. All right. The persons whose mother is still alive, still breathing, and still texting you in all caps and still praying your name and every single morning before she gets out of bed. Can I tell you something? I wish someone had told me that the last normal conversation you would have with your mother, you won't know it's the last one. Nobody announces that. Nobody tells you that that's going to be the last one. There's no warning label. One day you're talking, you're laughing, you're making plans, and then the next day you're not. So I have some photos, of course, that I keep going back and forth to with mom and I, my sister. I kind of like sharing those photos and looking at those photos. I also have some voicemails that she would send when she was, going through her transition, she would just some voicemails, and mom would call just because she just kept calling, calling, calling. So I just kept the voicemails. I just kept them. I could not delete them, you know. And so every now and then I go back and I look at them and or listen to them. Sorry, I go back and I listen to them, and then I got some other things that I listen to as well, and I'll share some of that tonight. So, but if you're joining in tonight, thank you for joining in, and feel free to comment, you know, on how you're dealing with it. If you still have your mom, um, and if you do, that's good. If you don't, you know, so I would just say like this, man. This today was tough. You know, today was really tough, but I felt good in my choice and my decision not to go. I felt good in what I did at staying home and, you know, just really reflecting and getting some rest too. So, you know, just looking at the pictures, just laughing, just being able to just being together. I didn't know that those days were going to be sacred. You know, when you're taking those pictures, I just thought it was dinner, you know, we're having, and, you know, when I was a kid and my little photo of her when I was in my pajamas and, you know, when I was a kid being a mother and she was just being that mom and just being there. And she was someone that every day, you know, was just there for me. And so I'm thankful, you know, for this time. And so it seems like it was just yesterday, but it was about 3 years now. So here's what I need you to do. If your mother's still here, call her today. All right. Call her. Don't text her. Just call her and let her hear your voice. Tell her something specific, not just I love you. Tell her why, you know, tell her why. So tell her about the things that she did when you were young. Tell her about what does that mean to you, and tell her how you thankful for her, just, you know, pointing you in the right direction. Just let her know these things. So that doesn't mean what I did today. It doesn't mean that my faith is broken. My faith is never going to be broken. It just means that humanity, I'm sorry, my humanity is working. All right. So there's even when I was home just chilling today, just taking some time out, I was just looking at some verses in the Bible, you know, when Jesus wept himself back in John 11:35, Jesus wept. And that's one of the shortest verses in the Bible. Jesus wept. But the most profound scripture in the Bible. The Son of God standing, even when he was at the tomb of Lazarus, he wept before he called them out, not because he didn't know what was about to happen. He knew he was about to raise Lazarus from the dead because Lazarus is what he loved Lazarus like never before. So I don't even want to get that. But you know, so grief is legitimate. Everyone grieves. Every human being, you're going to grieve some way, form, or fashion. And I get the calls from friends that asking for that help and how do they do it? How do they make it through it and all of that good stuff. So I get those calls and so there was about 3 or 4 calls I just got in the last week. So anyway, I didn't want to not get on today, and I wanted this. So this is the right moment, right now. So this is while she's still here listening. I know she's with me and all that good stuff. So if you have a mom and your mom is still alive, let her ears hear your heart, and let her enjoy that. All right, people will take this moment for granted and not really take it as serious. So she knows you love her, but maybe she doesn't hear it enough. So remember that, okay? Yeah, I had that conversation earlier this week, where this is challenging for mothers to feel that they did what they were supposed to do, or was they a good mom, because they don't get the love back from their children. And it challenges them to say, was I a bad mother? Did I not do, what I was supposed to do? I don't hear from my children. They don't call me and those things. And I had to encourage them to say that you are a wonderful mother. What you did was what you were supposed to do, was to keep them, nurture them, and raise them up into the age of accountability. After that, they know better. So that's when they are supposed to, do better. So a lot of mothers struggle with that. So That's why I say your mom deserves to hear it. Reach out to her, take that time out for her. Just don't call her when something's going wrong or you need something. Just call her just because. So don't do that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that lady. All right. If she's still here, go love on her. Now, I'm going to get into a personal, real story. Mother's Day 2023. I want to say that was the last time. That was the last time I had my mother. And then in 2023, she was gone. Yeah, if I think about it. Yeah. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Grief doesn't follow a schedule. Grief doesn't get better just because you going to church. Grief doesn't disappear because people mean well. Today is one of the days I just chose to stay home. And some folks may not understand it. Some church folks are gathering together with their families right now, and their mothers sitting in a pew or sitting at a dinner table and smiling and having fun and all of that good stuff. That's wonderful. And I love them for that. But I couldn't sit in that room today. Not today. Not today. I'm sharing this not for sympathy. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm good. I'm sharing it because I know I'm not alone. Okay. Real talk. I know I'm not the only one. And if you're sitting here or you're sitting somewhere right now alone in a house full of people and still feeling alone because your mother isn't there anymore, I need you to hear me. Your grief is valid. Your tears are not a sign of weakness. I can't tell you how many times I cried today, yesterday, just reflecting back, just crying, crying in your car, crying in the driveway. All of this is okay. Okay. Scrolling through old photos. It's okay. It's okay. So you're not stuck. You're human. Just remember that you are human and you're still healing. So the goal isn't to stop missing her. The goal is to let the missing mean something. Let it remind you of real love. Let it fuel how you love the people who are still here. I love all my children. I send them weekly text messages together and I let them know. I sent one this morning. I told them, I said, I declare today is a day of peace. Love on your mothers while you have this opportunity. And they responded. This is that generation that they like to just text and just do that. So they all responded, and then I reached out to the mothers as well and, sent them the happy Mother's Day. And so they appreciated that. So I want to speak directly to the community right now. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, okay, whoever is tuned in today, whoever you are that you are tuned in today, I want to thank you. If you lost your mothers, I see you. I see you. Maybe she passed recently. Maybe it's been years and people think you should be over it by now. And there's no over it when it comes down to mom. The only thought is to try to get through it. And even if going through it looks different for everybody, everybody goes through it in different ways. So here's what I want to offer as we walk through this journey together. Okay. Remember those times, remember those good times, and remember those fun times. So don't out count them. Just remember them. So let me show you some of my fun times. Let me show you. I just got some. This one here, and I'm gonna bring it up. This was a total impromptu. This gentleman is a friend of my mom. He loves to sing. He likes to write music, and I don't know if you'll probably hear him in there. He'll say, "Okay." He gave me the cue on what to say in the song, so I thought this was hilarious. But it came together as if we practiced this and wrote this song. Check this out.
Mothers are so wonderful. Aren't mothers wonderful?
Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, all right.
I totally was ad-libbing. Totally ad-libbing.
Yeah. All you have to do is touch my hand to show me you understand. And everything that happens to me is some kind of wonderful. Anytime my little world seems blue, you say wonderful now. I just want to look at you.
He told me say wonderful.
And everything
I just started
happens to
ad-libbing.
me. Some kind of wonderful. express this feeling of holiness. There's so much I want to say,
I think he wrote this song
but
too.
the wise words won't come my way. I just know when I'm in your embrace. Oh, mama, this world is a better place. And everything happens to me. It's some kind of wonderful. Being with my mother is so 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 wonderful. Wonderful, I can't express this feeling of holiness.
Sing it, mama.
There's so much I want to say, but the right words won't come my way. I just know when I'm in your embrace. Oh, mama, this world is a better place, and everything happens to me. It's some kind of wonderful. Being with my mama is so wonderful. Being with my mama is so wonderful. Being with my mama is so wonderful. Some kind of wonderful. Being with my mother is so wonderful. Being with my mother is so wonderful. Being with my mother is so wonderful. Wonderful, so wonderful. Amen.
All right, so this that whole song was impromptu. I mean, I don't even know where he got that from, if he wrote it or what. But those are the little things. Those are the things that I reflect back on and laugh and have fun and we talk about. And I did this one right here. I was just playing around with the computer, doing stuff like this for mom, you know.
That's just how we roll.
But these things right here to me are healing. Those things are healing, you know. So that's why I said. So you got to do things that are healing for you, you know, and know what to do, know how to love on your mother, know how to make it happen, and you know, keep those times uh in your heart. Keep them in your heart, right? So check this out. This is when I was little. This is when I was on the left there on Christmas time. I couldn't tell you. I may have been 5, 6, or 7, whatever it was. Sister and I, my cousin, and in the middle, that was Mother's Day, and then that one on the right, that was at Ruby's, one of her favorite places to go to in San Antonio. So we just took her to Ruby's and just let her enjoy herself. But what she was laughing at, I can't even remember who was taking the picture, you know. So those are the things. Those are the things I reflect back on and love, and you know. So that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do in the times when we are dealing with grief and loss and everything like that. So here's how we're gonna get through this together. All right. Let me just walk you through this right quick. All right. And then, like I said, work on it. It takes time. All of this takes time. The number one thing is honor her legacy and the way that you would want it to be honored. Okay. Do it in your way. You don't have to celebrate the way the world tells you to celebrate it. You could even cook her favorite meal. I listened to a song that she loved. Oh man, I wish I could play that song. Moody's Mood for Love. I can't. They probably won't let me play it on here, but that was her favorite, one of her favorite songs that she would love to listen to at 7:55 New York City time with the great Frankie Crocker, who would end his show with Moody's Mood for Love, right? Or what you can do, you can write her a letter. Write her a letter. You still, you won't probably never mail it, but just write her a letter. Speak her name out loud. You know, her name still matters in your life. You know, and she still matters. Those are things that you can do. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Every day wasn't always a good day because at the age of 7 or 8 years old, I did some stuff that she really showed me how much she loved me. Boy, I thought I was going to die when I took all of her LPs, all her 45s. We lived in Brooklyn. I took all her LPs. It was like a stack of them, and I took them and I opened up the window. We lived on the 6th floor, and don't ask me why. I was just flinging them out the window because I wanted to just see if they can fly. And in those days, the people that lived underneath, they knew exactly who I was and where it was. And they came and knocked on the door. Boy, was I in trouble. So she grabbed me by the back of my neck. I don't remember if we took the elevator down the stairs or what. But I think she just really just kept tossing me all the way down the stairs. So I had to go downstairs and pick up all those records. And so that was something that, yeah, I was trouble. I was that guy, a mischievous little guy. So, but anyway, that's just something that I remember too, and I always get tickled behind. I got a lot of beatings, but it all paid off. Number two. What here's something I suggest you do. All right, find your people, the people who understands. Okay, grief can be incredibly isolating, but you don't want to isolate. So you want to find your people that you know you can talk to, and they will listen to you, especially on the holidays. Right, find one person, just one, who gets it. And just have that conversation with them. Just just talk to them, and they don't mind listening to you. So, and then text them today. Say, I'm thinking about my mom, and I just need to tell somebody that. Have you ever done that? Those that you lost your parents or your mom. Have you ever done that? And you just want somebody to acknowledge that they hear you. It's hard for them to say, I understand. I'm not looking for them to say I understand, but it's just that I hear you, and I can relate to that. So it's not a sign of weakness. Like I said, it's not a sign of anything's wrong with you. And I'll keep saying that over and over. And there's nothing wrong with me. I'm good. It's just this time, this just having this time right now does this thing to me. So this is what I'm dealing with today. So yeah. So let's see. D said, my mom cooked my favorite meal today: smothered pork chops, rice, asparagus, mac and cheese. See, those are the things. Those are the things. She cooked her favorite meal for her. Thanks for sharing, D. Those are things that you got to remember that special about mom. And she'll never forget it. And more than likely, that'll be something that'll always be with you. Let me see. What was my mother's favorite meal she would cook for me? I think it was something that she taught me how to cook, and I want to say it was oxtails and rice. Yeah, she made some good oxtails back in the day, and that was the thing I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand why she always would call home when I was like maybe 15, 16 years old, and put me on the phone and made me start prepping dinner. The oxtails that she would make, she would make me clean them, season them, and put them in the pan with a little bit of grease and fry them, let them get burnt all over. And once they get burnt, and she's staying on the phone while I'm doing this, and I heard it, but I did it. And so then after they got to that color, she says, now pour water on them, cover them, and cut up an onion. She made me cut up an onion and do all this stuff. And she would finish it when she gets home. So those are things I never forget, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful that she did that, because now I know how to make oxtails. So those things that you don't understand, those are the things that will later hit you. Like, man, I'm so glad my mom taught me how to cook and put things together. So keep that in mind, when you have those favorite meals, those smothered pork chops and rice and asparagus and mac and cheese. Keep those things close to your heart. Nobody will ever understand why you're making them every year. All right, but you will know. You will know. Number 3, give yourself the full day. Don't rush through the grief to get back on track. It's okay. Give yourself the whole day. And that's what I did today. It's okay not to be okay today. All right. Tomorrow you'll get up and go back to work, be professional, and hold it together. But today, feel the way you want to feel all the way through. All right. That's what I did. I did that the whole day today. And I'm good. I'm glad I took this time for me. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I got up and had my breakfast, a bagel and some raised coffee and rise coffee. And I just watched a little bit of my old Cowboys and Indians show. And then I went and lay down and took another nap and just relaxed and got it together, changed sheets, did laundry, all that good stuff. But that was it. That's what I wanted to do. All right. Number 4. All right. If you're struggling in the way that feels like more than grief, here's what I want you to do. If the sadness feels unbearable, listen to me. You're not okay. Okay. This is what I need you to do. You're not okay. So please reach out to someone, a family member, a counselor, your pastor, anyone, or crisis hotline. All right. You don't have to carry this alone. This is what this is all about. If it's really, 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 really that strong and hard on you, you don't have to carry this alone. Getting help isn't giving up. No, getting help, we all need to help. It's showing up for yourself the way that your mother would have wanted you to. That's what you need to do. She didn't raise you to suffer in silence. That's not the way she raised you. Ooh, man. I can I can reflect back on something too when my mother saw me. I was down and out at the age of 16 years old, calling myself being in love, and the girl broke my heart. And I'm playing all of Michael Jackson's songs. She's out of my life and all of that stuff. And my mother said, "Shut that music off. What's wrong with you?" Anyway, so get back up, find somebody to talk to. So I want to close with this. All right. And then what time is it? Yeah. I want to close with this. This is what I need to share with you. My mother's name deserves to be spoken every day, and I'm going to do it in my heart. I'm going to speak it every day. She was a woman who cared more than most people will ever know, because her caring was tough. And that's what I appreciate about her today. It wasn't, come here, do this, do that. No, it was, this is it. This is what I need you to do. Here's $1.50. Go get this job. It don't come back home without it, because I'm not giving you any more money. That was her love. Okay. So that's how she raised me. She raised me hard. And I appreciate that, because I have that instilled in me today to get that job, go to work, make it happen. Even when I'm in transition of jobs, I still make it happen. And those of you that know me, that's how I am. I'm a hustler. That's the song say, "I'm a hustler, baby." And so that's what she instilled me. Still, she prayed, even though I didn't hear her praying, but she prayed for me. All right. She showed up when showing up was would cost her something. Um, I can remember those days when she showed up. All right. She laughed at that picture I showed you with in the red when we was at the Ruby's there. She was laughing at me for something I may have said. So those are the things that my mother did, and those are things I'll never be able to forget. She was my mother, and I am her legacy walking around on this earth, and that's what I hold on to. All right. Not just because of who she was, but because of how she made me, who she made me to be. So every time I show up for my children, that's her. But I show up differently for my children now, different generation of kids, but I do. We all do. We all show up for our children in a very special way. And everybody's not going to understand why you're showing up. So every time I choose compassion over convenience, that's my mom. Every time I minister to the community or do something voluntary, going to the nursing home, serving communion at the nursing home, taking time out of my day to do that, that's my mom. That's what was instilled in me. So that's what I do. All right. So your mother's legacy doesn't end when she leaves. So remember that it does not end there. It walks in the door every time you do. All right. So to those of you who still have your mother, please don't let today pass without telling her what she means to you. Just don't say, "I love you, mom." Just tell her what she means to you. Don't let the busyness of life be the reason she never hears the full version of your love. And I challenge you to share this with somebody, because, like I said, I've had conversations with people this week that just wish their children would do what I'm asking you to do. So share it with somebody. Share it with somebody today. Let them see it. All right. That's what I want you to do. That's all I'm asking you to do, by faith. All right. And by the love. So the love just doesn't stop somewhere. It keeps going on. You got to keep loving. You got to keep moving. So don't be ashamed of it. Carry it with you. Honor it. All right. So if you choose to stay at home today, I chose to stay at home today. That was my choice. And I choose to be on an open mic anyway, because at first I wasn't going to do it. Like I said, I wasn't going to do it. But maybe somebody need to hear that they wasn't alone, that you're not alone. Maybe somebody need to hear the permission to feel the way they feel. Maybe that's what it was. Okay. Maybe somebody needed to have that reminder that their mother was worth every tear. So, those things that I want to challenge you to understand that it's okay. It's truly, truly okay. All right. It has been my esteem to be on this Embrace It Community podcast today. I said I was going to make it through here without crying. I'm going to do it. So, but like I said, today is real special to me. And so I want you to join me every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. YouTube is the way you can follow me as well. Facebook, Instagram. Those are the ways you can follow me as well. And I want to put some information up in here. First of all, thank you for watching. All right. You can also support the Embrace It Community Podcast. QR code up in the upper corner there. buymeacoffee.com/Embrace It Community Podcast. That's the way you can support it. All right. There's the email address as well. If you want to shoot an email over, I will get it. I will read it and I will respond to you as well. Embrace It Community Podcast at gmail.com. That's how you can reach me. And then also, I am a big advocate for suicide prevention. Suicide prevention is something that is dear to my heart. So if you're feeling like you don't want to be here or not loved, please dial 988 Suicide Crisis Hotline, available 24 hours a day, 365 days out of the year. It's in English and it is in Spanish, and the call is free and confidential. So to everyone that's been watching, to everyone that's been supporting, no matter where you are, I've got supporters over in Nairobi, Kenya, Pakistan, Dominican Republic, and all over the United States that watch and tune in and tell me some way, form, or fashion. Thank you so much for having this show. I want to say thank you all for supporting, and thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. Continue to spread this message, spread this love, spread this show for me. And that's the only way I'm going to get out there, if you spread it. Sorry, I don't have any gossip for you. I just got real matters of the heart that goes on in the community that we don't never talk about or want to address. So that's what this show is all about. I got some new things coming down the line too. So look out for it. I mentioned it last week, the Rooftop Talk. So it's going to be coming soon. I'm putting it all together. It's on paper. It's in my mind. It's in my heart. I'm taking it to the rooftop where we can talk about it on the podcast in one area. You can do a wine tasting in the other area. And if you like a good old cigar, maybe it might be over in the other area. But this is all about keeping the people in the community, all right, in the mix of everything that's going on with you. So that's what I want to do. This is all about the community, not about the congregation. I'm about the community. So that's all and what I'm trying to do. All right. I appreciate you again. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all so much for watching. Perfect timing. It's now about the storm outside. So until I see you again on next week, remember, I love you. It's because I love me first. Thank you again. I appreciate you all. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Embrace It, the community podcast. We'd love to hear from you. Follow the community podcast page on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Please like and share the podcast with your community circle.